belts. There you go. Yes. Now here's a challenge to every wrestler in the Ultimate Wrestling Alliance, or even not affiliated to the Ultimate Wrestling Alliance. All you have to do, boys, is get yourselves together. I'm sure most of you can count to 2, and that's all it needs, just 2 of you. You don't even have to be friends. You just come down here and wrestle us for our own belts.
I've got a deal with Steve tonight. I'm going to beat him like a dog. If Perry gets in the way, he's going to suffer a dog-like beating as well.
May the best man win.
I'm going all the way to the top. I'm winning the world belt.
You want to see some heavy stuff? We're going to be here.
Hello and welcome to another edition of UWA Wrestling Rampage. I'm Dan Belinka and we're getting set for a championship showdown. 2 titles on the line. The tag titles will be defended by the Death Squad against the Bad Boys. We're going to get our first glimpse of the man who's been named as the #1 contender for Phil Powers' television title. And we eagerly await that huge Triple Trouble match to crown the first ever Ultimate Wrestling Alliance champion between the anarchist Doug Williams, Hot Stuff Stevie Knight and Kerry Cabrero. Right now, let's head down to ringside where, as promised, it's the Death Squad against the Bad Boys for the UWA Tag Team titles.
Welcome, fans, once again to another fabulous UWA Wrestling Rampage show where the action begins down at ringside. I'm Ross the Boss Gordon, alongside me, Mr. Steve Morgan, to his friend Steve. So, Mr. Morgan, how are you getting on?
You cheeky little sweaty sock, you, Ross. I've got to tell you, look at the Bad Boys here. They look like the 2 missing members of the Village People.
This is a team that everyone is trying to knock off their pedestal here in the UWA. They've got their own tag belts. They are Iron Duke Lynch, the Hammer, Mark Myers, alongside them, the beautiful Tiny Girls. Collectively, they are known as the Death Squad.
Absolutely. We saw them last week, Ross, with their homemade belts made of pure Sheffield steel. The UWA have sanctioned those belts. They said they've got to defend them here today against the Bad Boys.
You know, Steve, I've had many different opinions on things throughout my life.
Ooh,
and they say,
a lovely pair of belts.
They say guns kill people, guns don't kill people, the Death Squad kill people.
That little boy better watch out then.
I think this is going to be a tremendous tag team confrontation. Of course, there's no way that the Death Squad are wanting to relinquish those titles. I think we're going to see a fast-paced match, and I also think we're going to see, well,
I tell you,
I'm lost for words when I look at them, Steve.
You know, well, I've got to tell you, the Death Squad were warmly received by this audience, but also the Tiny Girls got a warm hand on their entrance.
It's been said in the past that the Tiny Girls are very nice, they are very pretty girls. However, are they really interested in the Death Squad? Many people say they're gold diggers, and the only reason they're with the Death Squad is because they've got the belts.
But the respect stops here, and time for work is now going to start.
Your apologies are accepted, Duke, as I'm sure you're going to make this a great match. But there's no doubt in my mind that Blondie Barrett and his tag partner, the Whip, are going to be trying to beat the Death Squad, do something that no other tag team in the UWA has managed to do,
Ross,
Steve.
How can he expect to be taken seriously with a name like Blondie Barrett? He sounds like the star of an adult feature film.
An adult feature film. That'll be anything on after 9 o'clock, of course, after the Watershed.
Way past your bedtime, Rossi boy.
I've got no idea what you're talking about. I've got an innocent mind. As we now see Blondie off the ropes, a shoulder block, it doesn't even faze Big Duke Lynch. Duke misses with the clothesline and gets caught with one of his own. by Blondie. A hot tag there. In comes the whip. He sends Duke off the ropes and a big clothesline this time. The Iron Duke is taken down to the canvas.
Dukey's got a taste for it now. And Hammer Mark is chasing Blondie. Get back in there, he says.
From pillar to post, the Death Squad are taking on the Bad Boys. A whip sends Blondie into the corner onto his own tag partner. Oh, did you see that, Steve? Even with all the experience Blondie has, they're not managing to do much against the Death Squad there. A great double clothesline downs both men. Do you think anyone in the UWA can really beat the Death Squad, Steve? Look at the power, look at the intensity, look at the will to win and the will to inflict pain. It's unbelievable.
Formidable isn't the word, Ross.
And speaking of intensity and speaking of great action, of course, fans, still to come, we're going to see Iron Mike Roberts. He's a great wrestler. For those of you who haven't seen him, stay tuned because he will impress. And of course, at the top of the hour, we've got a great match. We have the Triple Trouble match for the UWA title involving Hot Stuff, Stevie Knight, the Anarchist, Doug Williams, and that man that uses the flatliner, Kerry Cabrero.
Everybody's favourite for that contest.
Except yours.
As I told you last week, I've got to stick with the Anarchist because I have done so over recent weeks here on UWA, despite the fact that he has forbidden his manager, Steve Linsky, to be anywhere near ringside.
But this is something unique. This is something we haven't seen before. The whip has managed to get the upper hand on Mark Myers, but Duke Lynch just ran into the ring. He didn't even make the tag. The referee was distracted, and he broke up the momentum that the Bad Boys, or more specifically Whip, had started gaining. Look at the tiny girl just laughing at the Whip. He is a menacing looking character. But now Blondie in the ring.
Hear what the audience are chanting there. Hear what they're chanting. You'll never beat the Death Squad. Wise words.
There was no tag there. Blondie is the legal man in the ring. But the Bad Boys are now having the upper hand in the match. Could we see an upset here, Steve? By the looks of it, it might not be too far away.
Well, upset isn't the word, Ross. It really isn't the word. We're talking about the belts that they made themselves, that they are now defending, and to lose them in their first defence doesn't bear thinking about.
You want to talk power, you talk about the Death Squad, but if you want to talk about experience and that little bit extra knowledge, you've got to think about Blondie Barrett. He is a former tag team partner of the legendary Kendo Nagasaki as the whip comes off the middle turnbuckle with a double axe handle.
Blondie Barrett looks like Bet Lynch.
Who?
Ross, I wouldn't expect you to know. Simple-minded fool.
Oh my! Oh my! The whip from the top rope all the way down to the canvas. Did you hear the crashing blow there? And this is it. It's their patented move, the Sheffield Hammer. No one kicks out of that. 1, 2, 3. It's all over. A successful tag team title defense by the team that mean it all in the UWA.
And
the
Hammer Mark has been upset by some comments made by the whip against the tiny girls, and he's responding as any gentleman would do so.
I really can't hear these comments. I've never seen the opponent say these comments. It's in his head. That's
you should
why he's a
concentrate
madman.
more on the match instead of counting the money in your pocket like the tight-fisted, sweaty sock you are. He upset the tiny girls. Mark dived in because he's the perfect English gentleman. He dived in to defend their honour.
He just wanted a piece of him. He just wanted to inflict more pain. Referee Tigerman going in there, holding back Blondie Barrett. The action just intense. Bell to bell, previous to the bells, after the bells. The action is non-stop here in the UWA.
But
fans,
they still
we've got some great
got the
action.
belts, Ross. They still have those belts, which they carefully crafted.
So the Death Squad have successfully defended their customised belts. Don't forget, the Iron Duke has issued an open challenge to every tag team in or out of the UWA for anyone to come and try and take those belts from them. Still to come right here tonight, it's that Triple Trouble match. The Anarchist Doug Williams, Hot Stuff Stevie Knight and Kerry Cabrera will battle it out to decide the first ever Ultimate Wrestling Alliance champion. But up next, the man who's going to face Phil Powers next week for the television title is Iron Mike Roberts against Jody Flash. Welcome back to Rampage. Lots more action on the way. Next week, Phil Powers defends the television title for the first time against the man we're about to see, Iron Mike Roberts.
You want to talk about tremendous guts, you want to talk about tremendous heart, then you got to look at this young guy here, Jody Flash. He's going to give it his all. He's going to be taking on Mike Roberts, the man who next week will attempt to take the TV title from Flying Phil Powers. Look at that.
Lovely, very impressive.
Superb acrobatics there by Jody.
And I like his new hairstyle since we saw him last. He looks like Darth Maul, the new Star Wars villain.
He's a tremendous young competitor. He really is one to watch for the future.
Here he is, the man who will be king. He will be the next TV champion. Mark my words, Ross.
I've spoken about him over the past couple of weeks. I've said what a tremendous competitor he is. I've said what a tremendous talent he is, what power he possesses, power and talent and skill. And now, fans, you're going to see it. I'm so glad you're watching this because you're going to see something special now. The bell rings to begin the contest. A David and Goliath scenario here. We have young, light Jody Flash taking on the big, humongous Iron Mike Roberts. Oh my! Did you see the power in his arms, Steve?
Jody didn't know what had hit him. He's taking him to heaven and back.
What's Mike going for now? A tremendous choke slam. We're just minutes, seconds rather, into the contest, and already Jody has come crashing down on the canvas 3 times.
Phil Powers, are you watching?
Phil.
Because this is what you are gonna get.
I said how great he was. I said he's one to watch, and I'm sure he's going to go to the top of the UWA. And Jody Flash comes round, the great spinning leg lariat. What's Jody going for here? He tips up on the rope, and great drop kick. That downs the big man. Can Jody capitalise on the advantage he seems to have got now? He's taking a lot of high-risk manoeuvres. These high-risk manoeuvres pay off if you hit them, but they can often mean great pain if you don't hit them. He's wasting time. Should be hitting that move quicker. He misses. He misses the 360 splash.
Now, what was the point of that?
As I said, Steve, it's the high-risk manoeuvre. You take the risk hoping it will pay off. It's a gamble. Yes, it's a gamble. It sometimes doesn't pay off, but if it does, it can almost mean victory. But a great side slam for 1, 2, just a 2 count. A bit of a slow count there by the referee, and Mike Roberts notices it.
I was just about to say the same.
Phil, as well, just like Jody, is a high-flying athlete. He is using a similar style to Jody, although Phil has a greater grasp of down-in-the-mat wrestling. And, of course, that's what Jody's strategy really should be. If you take a big man down onto the canvas, you take away his size. It's an even playing field down on the canvas, Steve.
Well, I've got a feeling that Mike Roberts will well and truly take Phil Powers down no matter what. This is the man who will be the next TV champion. There's no doubt in my mind about that. He's going to strip Powers of his dignity and that title. And, of course, we've got that to look forward to next week here on UWA Wrestling Rampage. I can't wait.
I'm not very sure if Mike Roberts is interested in going for a win here. I haven't really seen him go for many covers in the match so far. He really just seems to be beating Jody as a way of sending a message to Phil as to what's coming next week. Ah, look at Jody's back. The speed he flew into that corner. He must be in so much pain. Mike Roberts is relentless in his beating. That man scares me. This is a man who I'm sitting in the commentary booth and I'm actually scared watching him, Steve.
That's because you're quite wimpish, actually, Ross, I have to say that. But don't worry, if he does come over here, I'll protect you.
I'm sure you will. A great tombstone knees first pile driver, gets the 1, gets the 2, and gets the 3. That is a victory. That is a great wrestler, and that is a message to Phil Powers. Beware, Phil, that man may have your number.
Powers,
man,
be frightened.
The next TV champion in the UWA.
You're fighting Phil Powers, the UWA TV champion. Phil's on record saying that, quite frankly, you shouldn't be in the ring with him. What do you have to say about that?
Phil Powers just wants to take one good look at what should happen. The best advice I can give him is to just stay at home.
Well, Mike Roberts will certainly be carrying a huge size and weight advantage when he goes into that television title match against Phil Powers. You'll be able to see that match right here next week. Back to tonight, however. Earlier on, we saw the Death Squad successfully defend the tag team titles against the Bad Boys. The Death Squad have issued an open challenge to every tag team in or out of the UWA. Could the next champions be one of these teams? Shane and Murphy take on Just in Time.
Here we have the chalk and cheese team of Shane and Murphy, the pretty boy with the pretty mean guy.
Alex Shane there, I don't know what he's babbling on about. It's probably about his new pair of pants which he's just purchased from some lady's catalogue. I mean, they're really not his colour. I'd just like to make that clear. But Leon Murphy there, he's mean, he's deadly, and he doesn't faff around with all this malarkey that his partner does. Shades off, shades on, talking to the ladies in the crowd, acting like a male stripper. That's not for Leon.
I think that's what's good about this team, though, Steve. They really complement each other. The contrast, it makes them a bit more exciting to watch, I think.
That's a valid opinion. That's a valid opinion, Ross. And who can say? But just in time with Justin Starr there, who, let's hope he's washed his hair at least for this one. A whole lot of double trouble here on the UWA. And don't forget, we've got triple trouble coming up. And boy, can I not wait for that.
I'm excited. I really am excited. 3 great competitors. I can't state how great that match is going to be. Hot Stuff, Stevie Knight, the Anarchist, Doug Williams, and my pick to take the title, Terry Cabrero. But more on this match, and a great arm wringer there by Justin Starr on the big man, Alex Shane. Kips up and reverses. Is he going to reverse the move? No! Justin Starr capitalizes on it, but gets caught in the ropes, sent off the ropes. And through the legs, great skill here. An Insiguri kick down Alex Shane. And of course, you're going to be thinking that both these teams are going to be gunning to get a shot at those tag titles held by the Death Squad, who of course successfully defended their titles earlier in the show. Of course, their homemade tag straps made from Sheffield steel.
That's right, Ross. We've so far had 1 title defended, and we've got another title up for grabs when Stevie Knight, Doug Williams, and Kerry Cabrero enter that ring for that bout of triple trouble.
And there's so much going on in that match, you know, Steve. We've got the hatred between the Anarchist and Hot Stuff. There's going to be real animosity in the ring. We've said it before. Are these men interested in winning the title, or are they more interested in hurting each other? And to add on top of that, of course, we've got the great skills of Kerry Cabrero, who's going to be in the ring, but then Steve Linsky. Steve Linsky's going to be keeping an eye on that match, because one of his guys, or is he still one of his guys, the Anarchist, of course, who I'm talking about, is he still with Steve Linsky? What's going on here?
Well, as I told you last week, Steve Linsky has responded in the way that any...
Oh, sorry to interrupt you, but did you see that move from Alex Shane? A great double teaming move there from Shane and Murphy. And really, this is a match which shows off just how great British wrestling is. You've got 4 guys in the ring who have got 4 different styles and looks to them. And it shows in the excitement of this match. And again, excitement. I just can't stop talking about this triple trouble match.
You are a highly excitable young man, Ross. There's no doubt about that. But so is Alex Shane, actually, by the look of those trousers. But as I said to you, Steve Linsky has not seen Doug's request for him not to come ringside as a slap in the face. He's responded in a mature fashion. And I can tell you the Anarchist is still very much part of Linsky's camp.
Oh, what a maneuver there! Almost a Michinoku driver of sorts. Alex Shane on the ropes, misses with a cannonball dive there. And it's the hot tag. The hot tag sees Justin Starr come straight into the ring and take the match straight to Alex Shane. A reversal by Alex Shane. Justin Starr keeps up over the rope, heads to the top rope, takes a cheap blow, and Murphy, and it's a drop kick. Justin Starr is just one of the many young competitors in the UWA that we're going to have to keep an eye on over the next few years. I really believe they're going somewhere. Another hot tag there. Murphy is the legal man now. Shane is in a great, tremendous action, a great high-flying cross-body block, takes down both Leon Murphy and Alex Shane.
They don't know what's hit him at the moment, Ross.
And now, but Murphy's back on the offensive. He gets a press slam. It appears the Michinoku driver. Cover him, go. Whoa, what's Alex Shane?
Shane's told him to go over there.
Alex Shane,
and he's getting the glory. Oh,
that wasn't very nice at all.
No, I have to admit, that was smooth.
Leon Murphy used the press slam to the Michinoku driver to win the match. And Alex Shane told his partner to...
That was beautiful. I may not like his pants, but I like the way he works.
Shane and Murphy trying to make an impact on the tag team division. We're getting closer and closer, however, to that triple trouble match for the UWA title. The Anarchist Doug Williams, Hot Stuff Stevie Knight, Kerry Cabrera in a three-way match. But after the break, we'll have a word with the television champion, Phil Powers.
Hi, this is Paul Martin with this week's UWA Wrestling Rampage update. With just 3 weeks to go until the start of the UWA Summer Tour at the Blackpool Ice Arena on Sunday the 18th of July, the bill is really shaping up. With a triple trouble match for the UWA Heavyweight Championship just minutes away, the winner is committed to defend that title on the Blackpool bill against the winner of last week's Eliminator, British Beef Danny Royal. Also, with the Death Squad having now successfully defended their self-proclaimed tag team title, they are also on course for a Blackpool defense with the tag teams of Too Far Gone, Shane and Murphy and the Bad Boys trying to maneuver themselves into a title shot. Additionally, with UWA TV champion Phil Powers set to defend his title against Mike Roberts on next week's Wrestling Rampage, we know that both will be wrestling on the Blackpool bill, but we don't know which one will be defending the title. We'll be hearing from Phil Powers after the break. So for your chance to witness these championship bouts, plus see all the other UWA wrestling stars, including Big Papa T, Mad Dog McPhee, The Anarchist, Doug Williams, Kerry Cabrera, and Hot Stuff Stevie Knight, at the Blackpool Ice Arena on Sunday, 18th of July, and each Sunday through to August the 8th, call the ticket hotline on 01253 341 707. And finally, don't forget that for the latest news, views, and behind-the-scenes information on the Ultimate Wrestling Alliance, call the UWA Premium Rate Information Line on 0660 020 009. I'll be back with another update next week.
For the UWA title. Earlier on, however, we saw the television title challenger, Mike Roberts. Right now, let's head down to ringside for a quick word with the television champion, Phil Powers.
Earlier today, Phil Powers spoke to Paul Martin about that upcoming match.
Phil Powers, as always, so popular with the crowd. And this may sound a bit controversial, but the people that matter the most in this business, to me, are not the wrestlers, are not the commentators, are not the referees, but the fans. They are the people that matter in the wrestling business. You, the fans at home, and of course, the fans in attendance.
Oh, shut up!
Oh, of course, you're the most important person, sorry.
Exactly!
I forgot about that.
When will you get it right?
Mike Roberts versus Phil Powers for the UWA television title right here next week. But now it's the match we've all been waiting for, the Triple Trouble match, and we'll see the crowning of the first ever Ultimate Wrestling Alliance champion. The Anarchist Doug Williams, Hot Stuff Stevie Knight, and Kerry Cabrera in a three-way match. Kerry Cabrera managed to eliminate two men during the 10-man gauntlet match for the television title. He eliminated Danny Royal and Mad Dog McPhee. The anarchist Doug Williams eliminated Paul Sloan and Big Papa T, but when Hot Stuff Stevie Knight hit the ring, he and the anarchist battled all over the arena before finally eliminating each other. Don't forget as well that the anarchist Doug Williams has banned his manager Steve Linsky from ringside.
I don't want you down at ringside ever again.
Will that make a difference to his performance? We're about to find out.
It's a three-man championship match for the UWA Heavyweight Championship of the World.
This is the biggie. This is the World Heavyweight UWA Championship. This is the match. This is the triple trouble, and I'm sure this is going to be the greatest match to ever take place on British soil, if not for action and certainly for prestige.
Quite simply, you lucky beggars at home are watching history being made.
This is going to be great. Kerry Cabrero, of course, almost the outsider to what's going on in this match between Stevie Knight and the anarchist Doug Williams.
That suits him fine.
That music can only mean one person. It's Hot Stuff himself, Mr. Stevie Knight, and what a great competitor he is. And listen to the crowd. He's definitely one of the favourites. But he has a mean streak. He has a killer mean streak. And he has the ability, just as much as Kerry Cabrero does, to win this title and become the first UWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Saucy Stevie, well, Kerry's really secondary to this man's concerns, because this is going to be a grudge match, and it will turn into that.
That was disgusting. Stevie Knight just spat in Kerry Cabrero's face.
Well, he's just letting him know, I'm not here for you. I'm here for one man, and that man is the anarchist Doug
And the
Williams.
anarchist hits the ring and takes the match straight to Stevie Knight. And
We knew this would be the way. We knew this would be the way.
A splash, a quick cover, count, 1, 2, 2. Just seconds into the contest.
This is like a Mexican standoff now.
Psyching each other out there. Just what is going to go down? A drop toe hold and a leg drop. Double teaming going in, but it's every man for themselves. A great DDT there. We're going to see some wild action here. A boot to the midsection. Of course, it's an elimination match, Steve. You can only win the title by being the last man left. Of course, eliminations are by pinfall victory and submission. If you throw the man over the top rope, then so what? They're still in the match. A triple headlock almost, or a double headlock, call it what you want. We're going to see some moves that I'm sure I've never seen before, the fans at home have never seen, and of course, you've never seen.
Look at these two guys now, Doug Williams and Stevie Knight. This is where the bad blood exists.
And in the corner there we have Kerry Cabrero, who seems just happy to let these two take a piece out of each other. But Steve Knight now is dominating both men as he takes over on Kerry Cabrero with some shoulders into Kerry's abdomen. But Kerry comes back with great clubbing blows to knock Hot Stuff down to the canvas.
Well, we always thought that this would be a grudge match between Williams and Knight, but Kerry Cabrero is certainly getting stuck into both of them. He's not shy in coming forward.
Oh my God!
Oh, and he used Stevie Knight like a ramp.
He used Stevie Knight as a springboard to fly over the top rope, and now Stevie Knight hits a high-flying maneuver of his own.
Let's just take another look.
Absolutely
How he used him
awesome.
to spring on to the anarchist, and then Stevie Knight came back and took them both down.
Fans, you're watching a world title match and you're seeing what I honestly believe is world-class action. Now Doug Williams getting a chair. What's going on here? He seems to be sitting. No. Ow! Did you hear the noise that chair made as Doug Williams' skull was cracked into it, and yet again...
Kerry Cabrero took that head on.
Once again, another skull crashes into the chair. This time, Kerry Cabrero. The referee is allowing a great deal of latitude in this match. He's not DQing anyone in the use of a chair.
Doug Williams taking the full force of that chair on his back. Ow! And then they work together.
And
the two old foes work together there to use the chair to come smack down on Kerry's head.
There is no way.
Bingo!
You just see, fans, you're sitting at home, you can see that chair made full contact with the skull. And now a whip by the Anarchist, and a great flying clothesline in the corner, a snapmare, and we're seeing some tremendous action. There is a patented English move, a British move, the penalty kick.
Just hope David Bassey never tries a wrestling move like that.
Only a 1 count. It's great the fortitude these men are showing. They're kicking out at 1. This title obviously means a lot. We weren't sure if what was more important to Williams and Knight was to hurt each other or to win the title. I think they're saying it here. I think they're proving they want to win the title. Oh my! Off the top rope, a great Santo dive.
But Doug, in doing that, looks as though he's hurt himself.
A high-risk maneuver once again. You take the risk, you take the
Kerry just shoving him into the crowd.
The action spills to the outside.
Who needs a ring?
Oh my God!
They're using any means necessary to gain victory here in this triple trouble match.
The action is going wild here. I don't believe it. I've never seen anything like it in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland.
And the tears are streaming from the Anarchist's face.
But now, Hot Stuff and Cabrero are back in the ring. But let's have another look at that awesome moment with the sign. Look at it smash over the back of Williams. And I think Williams may be cut. Can he continue? I don't know. Stay with us, fans.
And you join us amidst this steamy triple trouble bout. Doug Williams, blood seeping from his skull. Has he got enough strength to recover and get back to face Stevie Knight and Kerry Cabrero? Ross the Boss, what do you reckon?
We've had the blood, we've had the sweat, but still yet someone has to be eliminated. We haven't had the tears yet as we see Kerry Cabrero escalating himself to the top rope. He goes for a great headbutt, but Stevie Knight just rolled out the way. Oh, that must have hurt.
Yeah, you bet.
Now, where is Doug Williams? Where is Doug Williams? He was bleeding on the outside.
He's climbed up. He's climbed up onto the rope, Ross. And you can just see, everything he does is causing his eyes to stream and his head.
What's going on here? A great lock. That's a great lock. That's going to make Stevie Knight submit possibly, but Doug Williams broke. What's going on there? Doug Williams broke up Kerry, possibly eliminating Steve.
I think he wants him for himself. There's an old score to be settled here. Stevie Knight.
1, 2, 3.
Stevie Knight.
I don't believe it.
Man. No, he's disallowed it.
What's happening? Sorry, there was a hand on the rope.
I don't believe that. Doug
Stevie
Williams
Knight gets out of
has
jail.
once again been cheated against Stevie Knight.
2. Just a 2 count. Drama here,
but
fans.
Kerry
drama.
intervened there. Kerry could have allowed Doug Williams to have been knocked out, but he intervened. He wants
Kerry
him
going
for himself.
A great suplex. 2 suplexes there by Cabrero. Knight now setting up for... That was an innovative double team move, but there's no teams in this. It's every man for themselves. That was a reverse atomic drop down onto Williams' throat in a leg drop maneuver. Stevie Knight using some very innovative stuff here to hopefully win the title. Now it's
Kerry,
I can't believe
it
it.
from every angle.
Did you? 1, 2. The count broken up. Did you see that?
Stevie intervening again.
What's going on here? It's unbelievable action. There was the unthinkable team of Knight and Williams teaming up, but it's now Knight on his own as he rams both Kerry Cabrero and Doug Williams' heads together. But Knight has been sent to the outside. Drama. And what do you think Steve Linsky's thinking?
Well, if I know the crafty old dog, he'll be itching to be at ringside. Because his boy needs his help right now. We've seen him take that blow to the head. We saw the blood. We saw the pain he was in. But look at the resilience of this man.
A spinning
look
head
at the
scissors.
sheer strength of the man they call the Anarchist.
Doug reverses a whip, but it's reversed by Cabrero. Doug's tripped by Knight on the outside. Now some stomping to the head of Doug. The head that is now cut open thanks to that sign that was broken over the back of Williams' head. Steve Knight on the second rope comes flying off with a great elbow drop. Goes for the cover, but the cover is broken by Cabrero. And now there's some friction between Cabrero and Knight, and they go at it. There's non-stop action.
This is a real brawl now between them two.
Cabrero's on the outside, clubbing away in the chest. That's going to win Knight. The fans show their appreciation. They're seeing some great action. Action that would fit in place anywhere in the world. And excuse me if I'm shooting my mouth off, but
He's
if you
getting
don't
that
agree
chair
with me,
again.
you can
He's
go to
getting that
hell.
chair. Oh, and he's whacked Knight on the head with it. As I said before, these guys want victory for themselves, and they want it by any means necessary.
And the referee giving a lot of latitude. He's letting the rules being bent very far. And Knight getting caught there with that drop kick. Cabrero brandishing that chair on the outside. He enters the ring with the chair. What's going to happen now? The chair to the back of Williams. And no. Williams somehow managed to pull the last bit of strength he had and prevent the chair shot, but it wasn't enough to stop Steve Knight using that chair as he takes down both men. Look at his face. Look at the agony, but look at the determination as well. Cabrero may be unconscious.
Doug Williams can barely stand now.
The fans are
But look at him, he comes back for more. What does it take? What does it take to keep Doug Williams down?
What does it take to put any of these men down? This is unbelievable, this action. He's setting up for the Knight Driver. The Knight Driver. He hits the Knight Driver. That's it. Williams is eliminated once his pinfall cover is made, but he can't make the cover because Cabrero breaks the pinfall up and takes the match, this time to Williams himself. A knee lift by Cabrero. No one for an extended period of time is dominating this match. All three men, every man for themselves, is having different parts of the match being dominated by them. What's Steve Knight going for here? I've never seen this before. Oh my! A back suplex off the second rope. Can Cabrero get up?
Floored the two of them. And if Doug can do anything here, because both men are down.
A moonsault. Oh! A double moonsault catches Knight, but catches Cabrero primarily.
Only a 2 count.
But it could only get a 2 count. I can't believe the action we're seeing here. This is as good as I've ever seen it, Steve.
Well, this fight could go on for hours because none of these guys want to give up, and they are taking beating after beating from one another.
Their determination to win the title is unbelievable as Knight is sent crashing to the outside, and there's no pretty blue mats there on the floor. That's hard wooden planks.
Doug now taking his old foe, Stevie Knight, up that gangway there. What's he got in store for them? Stevie Knight, the man who robbed Doug from victory against Christopher Daniels, the man who eliminated himself from the 10-man TV tournament just so Doug wouldn't win.
Oh my!
And now Doug Williams.
Oh my God!
He's on the receiving end again.
Doug was going for a powerbomb, but it was reversed by Knight, and Doug came crashing down on his back yet again, and he must have caught his head as well. The cut on the back of his head. Oh my, can you imagine what's going on in these men's minds and how aching their bodies must be feeling?
Well, there's no doubt about it. They've
Look
got
at
a
the
front
fans.
row view.
Look, a great bulldog by night. Again, Cabrero's skull rammed onto the floor. But look at the fans.
There was Rod Stewart in the front row there. He's urging Kerry on. Rod, of course, a big fan of Kerry.
The fans
Maggie
are on
May,
their feet.
he once dedicated to Kerry Cabrero.
But they must get back in the ring. They can't make a pinfall cover outside the ring. It's only in the ring can you make a man submit or score a pinfall. Outside it doesn't count.
But it certainly does hurt Ross, and there's no doubt about that.
You can say that again.
It certainly does hurt Ross, and there's no doubt about that.
To the point, precisely correct. Doug's up. Doug's walking towards the ring with a chair in hand.
I can hardly believe it. I've been a fan of this man now for a long time, and I am still astounded by the sheer nerve.
A belly-to-back suplex on Cabrero on the chair. He could be knocked out. I don't think he's going to kick out here. 1, 2, 3.
Kerry Cabrero!
Oh, no. My prediction.
Adios! And let's just take another look at how Doug Williams manoeuvred himself to eradicate Kerry Cabrero.
And look at that. Williams came back from that backdrop off the stage to get in the ring and score a pinfall victory. I think Cabrero may be knocked out. He's barely moving. Now it's these two old rivals, Stevie Knight, hot stuff Stevie Knight, taking on the Anarchist. Doug Williams gets a cover. 1, 2, 3. No, it wasn't 3, it was only 2.
Both of them have waited for since that 10-man
oh my, what was that? 2,
and now
3
is payback! Payback! Payback!
You know, Steve Morgan, I predicted Flying Phil Powers would win the TV title. Well, you've done it this time. You predicted the Anarchist, Doug Williams, would become the first Ultimate Wrestling Alliance World Heavyweight Champion. And fans, you saw it in what could only be a tremendous match. You know, we've had a point probing tonight. We've had Doug, the Anarchist Williams, prove he's a tremendous competitor, but also we've had hot stuff Stevie Knight and Kerry Cabrero also prove that they're up among the greats, that these 3 competitors have put on a tremendous match tonight.
Saluted Stevie Knight. Good riddance to you, he's thinking. And what a champion this man is. And Stevie Knight doesn't like it.
He's got nothing to be ashamed about.
But he's got the belt.
Steve Knight has nothing to be ashamed about. And look,
and here's our old friend. He kept his word, and he's only turned up at ringside after the fight.
Yeah, you know why he's here. He's only here because Williams won. If Williams hadn't won, Steve Linsky wouldn't be here. He's nothing but a disgusting, foul,
he vowed he wouldn't be at ringside during the fight.
It looks like he's got a new contract or something with him.
Listen, I did what you said. I stayed back there. I didn't interfere. Don't know what I'm thinking. Doug, I have a new contract here. Everything you want. You know, not gonna do anything. All you gotta do is sign this contract. We people love you best.
Doug, you don't need him. You get it on your own.
Don't listen to the audience, Doug.
You don't need him.
Listen to the man who's been like a father to you. And a brother, and a sister.
Yeah, more like a sister.
You shut your face.
Like the fat, ugly sisters from Pantomime.
Oh, yes!
No contract, no commitments, no authority. It's going to be anarchy in the UWA.
This is chaos! As we've never seen.
Exactly, as we've never seen here in the UK. You've seen it all today, fans. Tag title defenses, great matches, and of course the first UWA World Heavyweight Champion, that man there, the Anarchist, Doug Williams.
So the Anarchist Doug Williams, not only a champion, but also apparently now a free agent. You heard him proclaim from this day forward, it's anarchy in the UWA. I don't know how well that bodes for UWA officials, but let's leave you now by saluting once again the UWA champion, the anarchist, Doug Williams.